Sorry I'm a little late. It's raining out today, so just had to locate into Shanny. Phenom. Phenom. All right, so as per usual, um, we're just going to do the same thing as always. Just comment if you want in the draw. But today is May 16th, so we're doing our Random Act of Kindness live. Something you can expect every month on the 16th. And put our ballots in the Weldon mask again. This just makes it easy and it's kind of fun and redneck. So to this month, we're giving away a signature Bushman Give It a Garlic Spoon. We're giving away one of the With Great Power Comes Great Responsibility P60 shirts in the color blue, royal blue. And inside we got another mug. So of course, we're going to do a P60 shirt, we got to do a P50 sticker. A Kindness Wins keychain, custom made. And Other Outdoors Canada keychain. And the same mug as last month, just another one. Last month, Kim Wilson won her mug in our Easter chocolate giveaway and all that. I figured, well, with Pike being open, the May 2-4 weekend and all that, we'd give away a lure and stuff. Seemed appropriate. Okay. Let's see, 5 thumbs up, but I'm not seeing any comments. What's going on here? Anyway. Oh, the wife. How's she going? So, I don't know if we're just having a hard time. Internet connection, are we choppy or whatnot? I guess I could put this back so you're not just looking at my chin. Need a little more perspective. Whoop. Raven ate all the bacon. Oh, well, that happens. That'll happen. You get that on them big jobs. Oh, geez, well, that's just what we do. It doesn't matter. Good people get in the draw. If you win it, you can always nominate somebody else or donate it to somebody else too, if you prefer. That's always allowed. And it's always allowed. So if you know somebody who wants it, you can always send it to them instead. So. Anybody else popping on? Maybe we're too early this time. I wanted to do this one. Oh, Jay, good to see you. I wanted to do this one a little earlier today because we're going to do the P26 saw draw after that. We're going to do it around 2 o'clock, I think, today. So, Jay. Okay. Chippy. What's that? Oh, work. Yeah. Get Chippy in here. Thanks. Got it from my guy. What time is it now? Take a look here. So it's 10:07. I guess we could do the poll at 10:20. How's that? Gives everybody, a good couple of minutes to get in. Or we can go 10:30. Then it's nice and even. Maybe we ought to do 10:30. So. And for everybody who's just chiming in, we're doing the spoon. Where is it? Because she's Pike opener weekend last weekend and this May 2-4 weekend for further up north. We've got a Great Power Comes Great Responsibility P60 shirt in blue. And another one of the Kindness Wins mugs and a couple of keychains and a sticker. So, we're giving away a P60 shirt. We got to give away a P50 sticker. Kindness Wins keychain. And a keychain. And of course, this is just the same as the last one that Kim won last month for Easter. So, that's what we're doing today. And we're doing it early to this time. I know a lot of you guys Western ways is going to be a little way early for you, but I tried to stretch it a little while. That way, maybe you can get in on your morning coffee. But yeah, we're doing it early because we're going to do the P26, or no, I should say the B26S Spider-Man saw, Indigo saw draw for the David Busby Street Center. We're going to do that at 2 o'clock this afternoon. So that's why we're doing this one early today. And we figured since the saw draw saw is ready, like we'll do it on the 16th because I mean, what more of a symbolic day to do it? So we just kind of fell on our laps, and we're going to go ahead and do that. So, and if you haven't gotten a ticket, the tickets are up on the website, butleroutdoorscanada.com. You go ahead and grab yourself a ticket for $20, and we'll get that money towards the David Busby Street Center. And that you can buy as many tickets to get your name in the draw as many times as you want. And the reason why we do that is just to help money for the cause, and you know, just kind of stack on top so we can give more to those people. Casterman. The JJTs, you'd have to ask Jay. He's the one. I think Janelle designed their logo, and they get them made there in Saskatchewan. Casterman. Those are priceless. Agreed. Totally agree. All my fancy shirts. My Hot Box Pizza Truck one. Speaking of, my Kane Custom Garage one. My Chris Liggett Tree Fellow one. I got some pretty cool shirts. Gonna see you guys. So we'll get Eric in here. Well, it was actually, I had my Kane Custom Garage one on yesterday. Match made in heaven. Yeah. Yeah, it's freaking awesome. You know, things show up in the mail, and I get like neat little. And green's my favorite color, so I mean, send me a green T-shirt. I'm gonna wear it every freaking chance I get. Problem is, if you send me a color I like, it's gonna get dirty fast. But anyway, yeah, it's amazing. I don't expect any of that stuff, and it just shows up, right? But actually, Jay, I was meaning to ask you if if you put that coil on your farm saw, if that aftermarket coil fit and worked. Because I got a buddy, he's got, or potentially getting into one that needs a coil. And if that works, I'm going to direct him to that aftermarket coil. Yeah, well, when you're cutting sapwood, that's what happens, you know. And you've been getting a lot of your favorite thing in the world there for the last while, haven't you? Sprucies. Oz, good to see you. Alrighty. Yeah, I was just wondering if that coil worked in the farm saw there, Jay. Yeah, you know, a surprise package really tickles you some days. Johnny! Good to see you, brother. Glad you had a good time at Hopperstock. Our friend Johnny finally got the Pioneer buggy, got one in his hands. Okay. Well, let me know if it works out. Get you in here, Johnny. Oh, Chris showed up. Didn't even see him. Tree fella. How's Mr. Liggett doing? What are we doing for time here? I know she's early out your guys' way. I apologize for that. We're just doing that early today so we can do the Indigo solder on the same day, just a little later. So, and I tell you, had a busy morning. Okay. had a busy morning. It's always good to see you, Chris, because I had to take the CRV into the shop because the air conditioning ain't working, and I've never had much luck recharging the Freon. There always seems to be a damn leak. So I'm going to get them to pressure test it and see if there's a leak before we even bother putting Freon in it. Anyway, go take it to the shop there, and guess what? Someone left the darn sunroof open, and it's raining. It's been raining out all night. That was fun. So, anyways, car's soaking wet, and then she's in the shop there. So at least she's in the shop today to dry out. But my gosh, that was a wet drive. But it was me. I don't use the dang sunroof. Anyways, what was I on about? So yeah, and it's funny. The weather here got up to like 30 degrees out of nowhere. So we go to turn on the air conditioning in the freaking car, and it's like, oh well, no, screw you, I'm not gonna work today. And it was just blowing, just volcanic ash, and I tell you, it was disgusting. So we rolled on the windows and all that, and every one of us were all Bonnie and Clyde with Medusa hair flying around here, and it was quite the thing. Oh, thanks, Jay. You didn't have to do that. All right, Chris. Well, it's good to see you. You're still in the dry either way, and we'll let you know if you win. But yeah, you be safe, buddy. Yeah, it was one of those days where I just couldn't fucking pull it off any later. Is I friggin' if I can do it at lunchtime, I try and do it around lunchtime, or even if I can do it in the afternoon, I'll do it in the afternoon. But no, it was just one of those things where I couldn't pull it off any other time of day because we're gonna do the 2 line feeds, and I got some stuff I got to do in between and afterwards, which maybe that's something we could talk about. It's not exactly top secret news or anything. Just haven't really told a lot of people about it, but we're highly considering going further north. We're thinking about going over towards like Liga Bays kind of area because we've been looking at some stuff, and we're gonna actually be checking out a place this afternoon that's on the water. It has water access, and it's a same size property as what we got, but a bigger house and a cheaper mortgage, and I mean water. That's pretty cool. Especially up there in the Lake of Bays area is the most densely populated freshwater lake area in the world. And the one that we're looking at has a barn, a shop, and I mean I'd be able to get out of the shanty finally, and get into something with some room, something you could drop a truck into, so I can do my truck repairs instead of in the snow and the shop, right? So something we're considering. We're not too hurt if we have to stay here. Obviously, we've got roots here, but we realized that we've kind of outgrown the place, right? It's kind of maxed out, and to make our dreams come true, we need more land. Just some basic long and short of it, we just need more land. Well, and I tell you what, this one property that we're thinking about, like it's got 6 acres of good wood, like good straight wood for logging. I can skid white wood in my backyard, and it's got a barn, and the barn has an upstairs, and I can tell you exactly what I'd do with that upstairs of that barn. Any wild guesses? Give you guys a freaking second to think about that. What I might have a lot of around here. And if I was to put together maybe a little bit of display or maybe a little bit of a museum of something, I might be already outfitted to do that. Go upstairs to the dang barn, I as well make a friggin' little saw museum, right? So maybe that's what we'll do. We'll display a couple 100 saws and just keep all the good running ones up there, like it'd be crazy. And then I have the shop space to work on everything. Tractor, truck, or saw. Like it's one of those things that we're really highly considering. We love this place. We don't want to go. I mean, and the biggest thing that keeps us here is the trees we planted. But we're also thinking about cutting shoots of rooting gel, trying to propagate the trees so we can take pieces of them and replant them at the new place and still have the same trees, just new growth. So, with worst things worse, we can always plant more trees because they're just trees. It's the symbol that matters, right? It'll be neat. You guys will get a lot more YouTube videos, I'll tell you that much. A lot more YouTube videos because I'm going to be shifting gears to basically just logging and fishing. So I'll have to do guided fishing trips and a lot of logging and firewood and residential work for tree jobs in that area too, just to get by, right? Which that's okay because there's some big straight pine. Caster man, you didn't have to do that. Thanks, buddy. Oh man, you're a good fella. Appreciate that. And I guess especially now, every little bit's going to help. But the thing is, like, we're going to have a nice little bit of capital on this place too, so we can do stuff with that. And because when we bought this place, I don't care who knows it. I mean, we bought it for $415, and it was just recently appraised for $650, and the realtors are saying that's a low ball. Like, you get $700 for this place, and we're looking at like close to 7 acres for $325. But I was bigger than this on, and it's like in a barn and a shop, and it's like, whoa, what's keeping us here, right? Like, gotta go look at it first. You don't know until you step foot. I think tomorrow we're supposed to go look at that particular place. Tonight we're going to look at the one on the water, and I mean, if I tell you what, I promise you this right now. If I get a really, really good vibe on any of these places, we'll just do a random live, and I'll see what you guys think too. How's that? Because you're part of the family too, and you're going to come along with us all the same. So your opinion matters. I mean, long and short, your wife's opinion matters most, but you know what I mean. If you guys have any input or you see any flaws, it's nice to have another set of eyes out there too. So, because we're just trying to do what's best for the family and best for us. And more land seems like the thing, especially when there's like big trees on this property. And if I can work a deal with a mill, I don't even have to do anything with it. I could just fall it, clean it up. They could block it themselves to the lengths they want and haul it out of there, right? They might even want to fall. I might even not have to lift the finger, right? Like, so it's one of those things. Like, there's some money trees in there, so we can make money off of that off the property, and then you can farm it once you get the stumps pulled and everything. And Karina wants to do a cow eventually. Like, she wants to raise a beef cow every year or every couple of years, and so we're just not gonna be able to do that here. So enough rambling, Jesus. I'm sure you guys aren't all that interested in that. Yeah, we gotta get there, get the vibe, and like I said, if there's a really good vibe in any of these places, we might just go randomly live and see what you folks think too. Because there's a lot of smart people out there. I mean, Casterman, you being a carpenter, you know a lot about buildings and stuff like that too. So you might see something in a video that I wouldn't see in person, right? And that's important. Moffler, good to see you, buddy. And that's kind of half the reason why you haven't really been seeing a whole lot of big videos from us. When I'm doing anything tree work or stuff related, I'm just barreling into it and getting it done. Just trying to keep them busy, things after it, just so it doesn't pile up. And putting a lot of energy into this search here, because I'll tell you what happened. Like, for a while, Karina's been on the bug. She's been looking at properties a while, and I've just been like, no, I've been content here, and then like I have noticed that there's not much more I could do on this property. I've got it pretty near maxed out. When we first got here, I cleared out all the trees because this was all wooded over here. That was the first thing I did. I cleared them all out, and then I turned that into garden, and there's nothing more really for me to do. Like, there's one big poplar that needs to come down, and then there's these 2 spruce that need to come down, but I might not even bother if we're going to move. Karina was looking for a while, and then she found this one place just outside of Perry Sound. It was 7 acres, no, 6 acres, 5 acres. Been looking at a lot. And mostly wooded. And we get down there, and we're walking it, so like Raven was being fussy, so she didn't get to walk the property, but the house was terrible, it was tiny. But the property was nice, and it was mostly wooded, and there were some money trees on there. And I'm walking through there, and I'm looking at this, and that's when the realization to it, like, I'm just walking through this 5 acres, and it takes like 20 minutes to get to the edge of the dang thing, and I'm just thinking to myself, it's like, it's your own private provincial park, for crying out loud. And there's no reason for us to stay here anymore. Like, when you can own something like that for half of what this place is valued for. Capital in the bank. You know, so many dreams could come true for both of us. For Raven too. She'd be able to do whatever she wanted. You know, she wants a treehouse, we build a treehouse. She wants a, you know. Billy, good to see you. But yeah, it's something that's weighing heavy on our minds ever since that. When we go down there and you see that yeah, Billy. From Billy. Did you get your accent, Billy? Should be there soon. Yeah, it's been heavy on our minds, and especially on mine ever since I seen that forest. And the fact that like we get into like a mortgage and have it like nothing, right? Like and it blows my mind the amount of possibilities. The buggy would never have to leave the property almost. We could just go drive back into the bush, you know. So I'm not missing anybody there. I was rambling off. I'm getting off into thought here. Sorry about that. Enough about me. Let's hear about you. How you guys doing? What time we at? Oh, 25 after? Okay, we got 5 minutes. Well, so this is the thing. So the place that we look at now, so the one that we're looking at tonight, the big house on the same size property what we got now, but on the water, like with a dock. I can go down there and just every cast of kindness will be on my own property. I filmed on the dock for crying out loud. Think of that. But anyway, that's the selling feature. No, I'm just kidding. The thing about that is we'd have the money from our capital. We could buy a wooded lot nearby, and then I could log that. Because that's the biggest thing. If we move, I need to have logging opportunity. Otherwise, what am I going to do for work? You know, like it's going to be hard to build a new customer basis that fast. And we already tried to do that once, right? And it was luckily we made it happen. But like when we moved here, and it's one of those things. So like for me to have work, I got to be able to sell. I got to be able to work a deal with a local mill or something like that, right? And have them come and like I'll have them down, they get them kind of deal or something like that. And this is it. So like with all those oak trees, there's a lot of big oak trees, a lot of black walnut, big pine trees. So there's many trees, big, like in the pine trees are like 5 foot at the stump. So it's that property. Might be set for life, guys. Oh wow! And I tell you what, my retirement plan is. You know, since the YouTube channel has grown, I tell you what now. Since I work for myself, I don't pay into a pension. My thing is like, if I don't do something, I'm gonna work till I die, right? So I figure between now and the time I turn 60 or 70, we can probably get enough momentum on the YouTube channel, and I'll pull a fast one on you guys. We'll do just fishing, and we'll just use YouTube revenue to buy my. My denture glue and stuff and depends, right? So by the time that we're at that stage here, we'll hopefully just do a fishing YouTube channel, and hopefully it's enough to, pay for some A535 and some diapers, right? So, but anyways, that's my plan. So, and between now and the time I'm 80 is a long time, so I think it's doable. Yeah, well, that's why we're moving to Lanka Bays. But I think, you know what, geez, I think that's totally doable because, you guys like Bellhopper, and I think he was saying that he's making a living off YouTube, and he's only got 5,000 subscribers, so, oh boy, I guess if you dedicate enough time to it, then you can, so that's what I got thinking, like, when I'm too old to cut down trees and my body's failing me, maybe I can just go fishing, and I'd be okay with that. Hey, heck, by the time I'm that old, hopefully I've got enough money in the bank that I can still kind of be me and just do it whenever the heck I please, right? That's me in a nutshell. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, I just kind of do things as I please. And that's when I work at my best. When I'm not stressed, I'm just kind of calm, and I can just like, yep, whatever. I'm going to do it this way, and it's going to take however long it's going to take. And I mean, that's a love-hate thing, too. A lot of my customers love that about me. And then there's other customers that you know I don't deal with anymore because they hate that about me, right? So I know, get rid of that. And like it's crazy to think that, you know, you can own your own everything. You own your own workplace, you own your own everything. Like legit, you don't have to want for nothing. You just go to work, you know, go out in the back deck, drink your coffee, you can leave the mug there, go out, cut down some trees, come back by lunchtime, bring the mug in, wash it again, have a hot chocolate. Like, I don't know. It's almost surreal, like too good to be true. So that's why I like if I get a too good of a vibe, I'm getting a little too full of my head. I might go live there, see what you guys can say, and you're like, no, Bushman, you're ridiculous. Don't do it. You know, and then maybe I'll give my head a shake, right? And if you got some good points, I'll consider them. So it might be something. If we get into that mindset where it's like, okay, we're moving here, might bring you guys along just to see what you say, and you might have some good thoughts to throw in there for me to consider. Just because like, we're very highly just wanting to do the best thing for the family. Kim, good to see you. You might win another mug like what you got. And we're doing another one the same today, this month. But, I mean, it's kind of hard for me to talk about anything else, right? It's kind of a big thing, and that's what's on our mind. Something more related to the channel, Dirtbag Mark III is off getting the final muffler mod done today. Well, not done today, but it's off with the... I met up with my friend, who's a heck of more of a machinist than myself. See, with the Dirtbag Mark III, if you go back in the video, see she still has the muffler box on it? And that's not ideal for one of those big, you know, big pieces of paraphernalia pipes, right? And you can see, actually, it's still sitting in the vise here. A lot of freaking compression comes back on one of those, and you can see she actually blew out the spot where she was welded on the final run with this. So this got, you know, it kind of grenaded, but nothing got into the cylinder. She's still good. Amazing compression on that saw. Like ridiculous compression on that saw. I think that's the fuel that's in is probably necessary at this point, especially when we finish that. But I'll tell you why the muffler, like the reducer, is so important. Like I did it that way just because I was tired of waiting and I just wanted to see it and hear the muffler, blah, 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 blah. And that does add, not as much as what you could get. B, good to see you. And I'll tell you why. Just 1 second. So the way those banana dirt bike snowmobile mufflers work is you get the exhaust gases create a vibration, like a sound frequency, I guess it is. And as it goes through the narrow pipe and comes wider, it gets choked back down and sends some of that stuff when it comes, some of those vibrations back when it gets choked back down. So as it widens up and gets reduced again, as it's reducing, it sends some of that back down and back in to your exhaust port, adding more compression, like more torque to the motor, right? So it's forcing more air into that area. Therefore, you gain more compression, you gain more torque. With the muffler box, it disrupts that, right? So it's still pounding into the muffler box and creating compression in that box, so a little bit will get in there, but it's not hardly the same like performance increase that you would get with a proper reducer going straight into the muffler port. So, and I don't normally explain anything I do to saws. Why? Because there's guys out there, you've seen them, you watch them, and they're way better at explaining all this kind of stuff and way better at doing it than I am. But here I am now, we're live, I've already started, can't go back now. So with the proper reduction, so what my buddy Johnny, he's going to do, is going to make a flange, and it's going to reduce to the pipe, which has been shortened a bit more to tune to the smaller two-stroke motor, and that pipe is actually tuned for a 60 to 80 cc mini bike, which is, I notice a lot of guys go for these 125 pipes and all that, which is all fine and dandy, but a point of a tuned pipe is to have it tuned to the motor to gain that horsepower, and that's why it's done by engineers, not rednecks. Anyway, for the most part, what Johnny's going to do is he's going to have a flange, he's going to reduce it to this pipe. So like with your, I don't know if I got one here without the muffler on it. Because your exhaust port on a P series saw, most chainsaws for the most part, are square. Take care, muffler. Uh, so it's a bit of a trick for someone like me who doesn't have the equipment, and I only got an arc welder and a small one at that, to make a nice reducer to go from square to circle. So I can't do that. That's why I had to recruit help. I've got one going in the mail. Speaking of people who can do it, Muffler, he's going to be doing one. We were talking about a P40. I don't know if I got a secret out there. Maybe I should have kept my mouth shut. I ramble too much. Maybe I shouldn't do lives, huh? And I probably passed the draw point, aren't I? Oh, yeah, we're getting past it, but I'm going to keep going. Because I'm having fun explaining this because I like talking saws. So yeah, Muffler, he's going to build one there, and that one's a pipe exactly tuned for a 65cc motor. So I'm very interested to see how that's going to turn out, because that's going to be wild, I think. This one, like it's a bit more of a broad spectrum, so it's not as engineered for the size of motor, but it still will give you a performance increase. So when we get that bolted on there, and right now I've already switched it over because this last run, that was on the new super garlic fuel. That stuff there is probably about 138 octane. It's it is about, not quite half gas, but it's about half gas, around close to, and it's got high octane pump gas 94 added to it, and then we put the VP octanium, 2 jugs of that into it, which that's supposed to increase at 8 points for every, what was it, for every 10 gallons or 20 gallons. But either way, when I did the math to it, like we're talking about $1.40 now on the, because I added that additive to it. We're talking about $1.40 on the octane scale. It's leaded. It's so it's total off-road gas. You can't put that in your car. Sorry guys, no race fuel here. But yeah, it's so when I was running that, she was screaming away, and that's what blew the muffler apart. So that's when she got shut down. We're waiting for the proper reducer, and we're just going to see what happens. And the whole purpose of Dirtbag Mark III is, if it blows up, it blows up. I just wanted to see how far I could take one here in this old shanty. And that's what that's all about. Anyways, without further ado, did I miss anybody? Is everybody in here? Okay. Yeah. Oh, it smells funny. It smells funny. Just the fumes off of the can alone, when you open it up, man, it's different. Like it smells like it hurts. Like it stings when you get a whiff of it. It's not a pleasant smell. But when it's burning, that's a different smell. It's funny. Yeah, it definitely smells funny. It burns hot. But anyways, we got ourselves all our tickets. Lost audio. Uh-oh. We back? We got audio? We don't want to lose audio right at the crucial moment here. Okay. That's good. That's good. Yeah, we went over time as I was trying to explain how, tuned pipe works. But like I say, that's why I don't do that. And you probably won't ever get that from me unless it's on a live and I start rambling. How much maybe one of you guys watch some of these lives just to see what the heck is going to come out of my mouth, But anyways, hopefully I explained that fairly well. When it comes to those muffler mods, the tuned pipe, you got to get that pipe to go directly into the exhaust port to get the full potential of that mod. And that's what's happening to Dirtbag Mark III, so we'll see what happens after that. That could be a 1 second saw after that, because she was getting close to 2 seconds in that wood. And the super stock P50, that was hitting 2 seconds in the wood, but that's a P50. The P41 is only 66 cc's, and it's got a big 10-pin sprocket on it, so I think she's neat. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. Any last minute entries? Anybody want in the draw? Go in the comment if you're not in there. 35, 35. Oh, 35. All right, here we go. We don't got Raven here to draw today, so we'll just do a little side swipe thing. There, you can see I'm not looking in. I'm just grabbing it. Yeah. You know what I was actually looking on, and I found a nitrous kit that wasn't too hard for. I kind of like I can do that. I was looking at the way it goes on, and I was like, I could do that. I could do that. So if you don't blow up after this spot, that might be the next step. Anyways, we got one. I got one here. All right. Who is the winner? Jay! Ah! Right on, buddy. So Jay gets a P50 or P60 with great power comes great responsibility shirt. Jay gets a spoon, give it a garlic, and a nice coffee cup, and keychain, P50 sticker, another keychain, and a mug for his moonshine. There you go. Don't drop. No, we won't drop it. We won't drop it. Alrighty. Well, awesome. Right on, brother. Well, I'll have to get your address from you. I don't think I've sent you anything before. Of course, that's a cheeky joke. Jay and I are kind of good pals that way. We kind of send stuff back and forth all the time. We don't do unboxing videos. And I'll tell you why I don't normally do unboxing videos. It's because like I'm tickled to death when people send me stuff and all that. And the thing is, I don't want to like advertise that. Like I noticed that when you do unboxing videos, then people will start wanting to send you stuff, and I love it. But a part of me just feels like you don't like I don't want your stuff. Like you don't need to send me nothing. Like it's just. Part of it makes me feel bad, you know, because I get stuff away, not because I want anything. I do that stuff because I enjoy it, and it really tickles me to death that you get a phone call from somebody and, hey, I got this in the mail and it's got you sent me something. And it's like, yeah, I did, yeah, absolutely, you know, and people get tickled by it, and I love that, absolutely love that, and that's why I do that, and also to put a smile on people's face and to show appreciation of really good people and good friends in my life. So that's why I do that. I don't never expect nothing. And to be honest with you, when I do get things like the t-shirts, I love the t-shirt. That's actually cool. If you want to send me your t-shirt, send me your t-shirt. But like, I mean, sending me like GoPros, sending me money, sending me like all this nice stuff, memorabilia, antiques. Like, wow, that's sentimental. It's too much. I really appreciate it, and it pulls my darn heartstrings in all kinds of ways. But the thing is, I feel like bad. Like, wow, you just gave me something that means a lot to you, you know? Like, and it's like, whoa, like, hey, you don't need to do that. Like, that's not what I was intending for. You don't need to feel like, I just hope that nobody ever feels obligated and does that because, oh, well, he gave me something. He needs that. No. Never, ever. If I give you something, you don't. Like, and that's why I feel terrible when I get things, because that's just like, I hope you're not doing that because, you know, like, that's not why. So, and that's kind of the neat thing with Jay and I. We've got a good little understanding like that. He's like, no, screw you. I'm going to send it to you either way. So, and I'm the kind of the same way, like, no, screw you. I'm sending you this then too. You know, like, so we have a good little relationship there. Is we do it just because we want to. And I know he does it because he wants to, and it's brotherly love, you know? It's just brotherly love across the board. But the thing is, and I don't want to discourage it because I know how that feeling is, but I just want to discourage anybody from feeling that they need to do that, you know? You don't need to. Absolutely not, you know? I won't think any less of you or any more of you kind of thing. Well, I shouldn't say that, but you know what I mean, I think, right? I'm not a linguist. So I appreciate that too. And you know what? The kind words, you know, sometimes mean more to me than any object that you could send me. So that's perfect. Just do that, and I really appreciate that. And to be honest with you, what makes me feel really good is if you see that, and instead of inspired to give me something, give somebody who needs it something. Like if somebody in your community is having a hard goal, or like you got a family there, they're struggling, and they got a kid, buy them a box of diapers or some formula or something like that. That. If you want to maybe make me jerk a tear, you tell me about something like that. Go out there. This is, my neighbor. They just had a kid, and they're financially troubled. They just had to, sell one of their cars, or like their truck, and boat, so they can get a minivan. And if you tell me, something like that, and you go out and buy them some diapers or a week's worth of groceries, that'll hit me harder than anything, and I promise you that from the bottom of my heart. So if you go help somebody that needs it instead of sending it to me, that would be most me. That would need the most out of anything you could do. So, and that's what the whole random act of kindness thing is about, right? Is cheering people up, helping those who need it, showing appreciation to people who are good, and then people that you care for and that you like in your life. Nothing wrong with that. All you have is pizza boxes. Well, I mean, you put some pretty mighty fine pizza boxes in there, buddy. I must have missed it. Healed Heart, good to see you, Angie. So yeah. Oh, thanks, Angie. You guys are all worth it, though. Like, there's nobody here, from as far as I can see, who is undeserving and shouldn't be here. You're all great. And especially this community, this particular little bubble we got here, you're just the most genuine, kind people across the board on the internet, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm so glad that I bumped into you all. And realistically, like, I'm sure I would have found you sooner or later, but it was a little over a year ago. And I started watching a fella called Tractor Man 44, and just genuine fella, and that made me see what what kind of people was out there, and that's what made me kind of I want to talk to him. I showed my Massey Harris 44 in a video, and it just kept on growing. I met more people. I met Jay. I did a plumbing video, god awful experience, and that's how Jay came along, and like Jay's one of my best friends. Like we hit it off, like right away, hit it off as good buddies, and it's just this little community is a little bubble. I have to thank for it, Oh yeah, the gagging was bad. It was not a good situation. No, Jeremy, good to see you. Yeah, I shouldn't be a plumber. I can't. Like I can process fish. I can process chickens. Oh, I don't know about that. Thanks, Jay. You're a good guy. I've got definitely one of the most unorganized YouTube channels. My upload schedule, there isn't one other than Mondays. Dan! But I tell you what, though, like, I think that is kind of the romance of it all. Is it's not forced, right? It's just in all of you. It's not forced, right? It's all organic. It's all used. That's why you guys are able to do lives. It's why you guys are able to, because you're just you, and you're just being you, and that's why we click, because we have so many common interests, and like maybe you see a little bit of me in you when you see me out cutting trees, or maybe I see a little bit of me in you, and we just kind of connect, and it's just like, hey, like, that's awesome. I like working on that brand of saw too, or hey, I cut a tree the same way just the other day, or like I love those conversations. I love those conversations, and I love watching them videos. I'm a bit ashamed I haven't been able to watch many videos. Maybe I shouldn't be ashamed that I'm not sitting there watching YouTube videos, but all the same, I want to get caught up. I like keeping up with what you guys are doing, but I also like doing stuff too, right? So it's a bit of a conflict of interest, but Either way, I'm trying to read. I have to step back so far today to see the. Well, thanks, Jay. Well, Jay, you know what, buddy? Like, genuine to boot. I don't think that there's any kind of filter cloth or any type of filtration with you, buddy. Like, you talk about somebody is, what you see is what you get. That's you. You're about as, original fucking Coca-Cola as it comes, like you're just it's that's who you are. You're friggin' Jay Ferris, and we love you, and you ain't changing for nobody, and that's the best thing about you, It's I don't know, and it's not just you. Like, of course, like you're a huge part, but it's not just like you're just this whole Dan. Like you're a friggin' unbelievably sweet fella. Like painting up that veteran saw and all that for that fella, and helping out your friends and building up saws for them, and people send you stuff and you fix up and send it back. Me being one of those guys, like I sent you something there and you fixed it up and helped it out for the Indigo Saw Draw, and like Casterman, another great guy helping people out. Like the list goes. Chris Leggett, I mean, you and Missy are well. I guess he's left now, but geez, what a great freaking pair those two are. Like, if you haven't gone and checked out the Tree Fellas channel, go check out the Tree Fellas channel. They work together like magnificently. A great couple. Hey, place. Oh yeah, I love getting out fishing. I love to. Oh, you had a craft week, guys. That's not good. Where did it? Really? I'm sorry to hear that, Liza. I mean, she's bringing the day, and as I tend to requote all the time is, sometimes it rains, and that helps you appreciate the sunshine, right? Is when times are good, you think back, and it's like, that time may have been rough, but that was before this, and now we're having a great time, right? So it's sometimes you got to feel bad to feel good, and to really appreciate that good that you feel. But it always sucks to have a rough goal. Nobody needs to have a rough goal, but unfortunately it happens. Oh my God, Oz, that's terrible. Holy smokes, dude. Oh, that's awful, dude. Yeah, oh man. Well, holy smokes. All I can say is we're gonna be thinking of you, and if you need to chat, you got my email and all that. I think, and we can do a long distance phone call or whatever, but. Oh, buddy, everybody, give some thoughts and some prayers there for Oz. That's I'm so sorry to hear that, dude. That's oh man. But you know what? We're here for you. Anything we can do, buddy, you just say the word. We want to chat. If you want, shoot. If you want me to keep this live feed going for the rest of the day, we will. That's awful, buddy. But we're here for you. You just need an ear or whatever. So, and heck, we can get back to talking about sauce. That's not what you want to talk about, but my gosh. Just know that we got lots for you, and lots of love to you, buddy. But, well, that's good, buddy. That's good. That's good. But, yeah, you just let us know what you need to do. Absolutely. Whatever it is. Jesus. I guess I should know better. You're pretty near a savage, you. But, yeah, you're a tough fella, and just know that we got thoughts for you, though, and lots of love to you, dude. It's a hard thing to deal with, and you don't need to go it alone. We're here. Yeah, I'm glad that you guys got to be there together. It would have been hard, but I doubt as if she would have wanted anything different. Not other than to have you with her. But yeah, lots of love to you, buddy. Yeah. Well, you do what you got to do. Laughter is the best medicine, but You just do what you got to do. Whatever you got to do, you do it. Okay. There's no shame. No shame in any of that. You just do whatever it is you need to do. Yeah, well, we can talk more size. By golly, I got this guy had to fix up the chain on it. Let me show you the rakers on this. Oh gosh, or was it the teeth? No, it's the rakers. So somebody sharpened this chain, and they did the rakers, and like some are like little flat things, and then the other one next to it will be skyrocketed. And you got one that's like on an angle, and I saw it. This thing, you put it. This saw runs great. It's got my favorite kind of muffler on it. But by golly, them rakers make your cut off way, way off. So that's one that's in here to get some chain work done to it, which I might just throw, for the price of a new chain, I might just throw a new friggin' chain on that. It's far enough back, and when you get into stuff that's on level, it can be a real cantankerous affair, because like you think you got it set to a right goal, and then you get further on, and then you find a bunch of them that are deeper, you know, and then you got to take everything else down further, and it can be awful. Yeah, hey, as you say anything, you want me to talk about size, we'll stay here and talk about size all day. That's not a problem. But anyways, yeah, that son of a gun. I was all excited. I got her all cleaned up and running. I'm sticking in the wood, and I'm fighting it. It's trying to wear off. I'm like, I should have looked at the chain first, shouldn't I? But whatever. I can't even remember where I got that saw. That's a problem when you get so many of the dang things. You start forgetting where you got them from. Yeah, I can't remember where I got that from. Jeez Louise, I think it wasn't far from here. That's awesome, Fino. Good to hear. Yeah, it's no, won't say too much more. It's I think the best kind of thing I got is just to be an ear and listen. You know, all I can say is whatever you need. You know, there's few things harder than that. Few things that even come close. You know, there's nothing more final. So it's one of those things. It's you cast back to good memories. You know, and you cast back and catch them good memories. It's unfortunately it's something that's going to happen to all of us. But try not to dwell on that too much. Just think of the good. That's the only way forward. So, by golly. Anyways, yeah, so that's the main project in here. We got the indigo solder rods in the house. We'll do that this afternoon, and we can stay on extra long on that one too, and hang out. But geez, I guess it's probably getting close to midnight where you're at there, Oz. Good thing that we went early this morning. The reason we went early this morning is because we're doing the indigo solder this afternoon on the same day, because we wanted to do it on the 16th. So I'm really glad. Really glad we went early, man. Glad we can be here for you. Sounds like your mom was a good woman, man. Raised a good man out of you. So that's good. Well, I'm really, things happen for a reason. I truly believe that. So, and I guess that's why we went early today. That's the reason. It was destined to it, so we could chat with you, Oz, and be here for you. So, and just know anybody here, Kim, I'm sure, Jay, Casterman, Eric, Dan. If you want to talk to any of us, I guarantee you, will give you the time of day, any time of day. So just it's good to be with good people. And when you need to have that boost, to have that uplift, to be with, you know, like-minded, kind people that don't want drama, they don't want the silly negativity, that people feed off of nowadays, it seems. So I'm glad that we could be here for you, and I'm glad that we can put some positivity back in you. Like and that's what this freaking community does best. Lift each other up, put positivity. By golly. And it's funny, sometimes I hop on these live feeds and I figure, okay, we'll bump this off quick and then I can get back to going on other things. And then I get chatting and I get carried away and having a great time. And, it's just I'm ready to throw the day away and just keep chatting with you, like it's a lot of fun, really good community, good people, just all around awesome to be around. Just totally enjoy your company. I really like you guys, I feel like I should be like holding a bottle of whiskey. I really like you guys, kind of thing. I mean, I don't do that kind of deal, so that ain't for me. I don't get all silly. But all the same, I really like you guys. Putting name tags on them. Nice. That'll be good. Well, you gotta find their gas man, be safe. If you're doing a hot brandy iron, be careful with that son of a gun. You don't want to brand yourself. Can't undo that. I have to get over and see what you're up to. I haven't checked out your shop in a while there, Castman. That's a beauty freaking shop you got, by golly. Domestic community? Absolutely, Price. Absolutely. Most of this community, like if there's something that you need, a life experience, and someone's probably had it, and they can give you a path that worked for them and can guide you onto your path through it. And that's one of them things. Nothing seems to be the same. It doesn't matter, like your house burns down, someone else's house is burned down. It might affect this person a little more because maybe this person's got a cottage or something or a family that can help them out. This other person might not. So though we have similar experiences in life, they're never exactly the same. So all we can do is tell people what worked for us and understand if they have to do some other things, or it might be a little harder for them to get to the same destination, because nothing is ever stamped cookie cutter the same, especially with that kind of stuff, especially with tragedy. We all handle it different. We all have a different safety net, and we all have a different path to the same, to a better destination. As long as we're headed there, you can't fault anybody for trying, and for anybody having a hard time, that's just the way it is. Sometimes, and we all get down, by golly, for the longest time, I wasn't well off. Like, I wasn't doing good a lot. I hit rock bottom a few times in my life, and so I can always say, holy smokes, totally understand. I hear you. Like, I've been there, been in that situation, and my pathway out was such and such, and maybe that helps you, maybe it doesn't. Maybe your pathway out is further south kind of thing, like maybe you gotta go work in a factory, maybe that's for you. Wasn't for me, Oh, what's that? Yeah, absolutely, Caster, man, and that's it. There's no shame in needing help. Like, and that's it. It's funny, I do this with Karina a lot. We'll be talking about things, and I'll put these like weird obscure comparisons that actually kind of like work in a way. We do get by with help. Whether there be a tragedy or something simple. I'm limited to what I can do in the shanty here with welding and machining. I need help to do that pipe, so I get help with my friends, and there's no shame in that. Why? Because it's still something that I've put together and I just need help to finish it, right? Like, it's my design, it's my, hot rod job and everything else. It's that little piece I need help, and if I was to do it myself, which I did, it blew apart. and it wasn't the proper thing with the box. So it's the same as in a tragedy. Sometimes you need help. You know, you might need a helping hand or someone, you know, give you a place to stay or some finances or just a kind word or kind or just having somebody. That'd be good to see you. We're in really deep conversation now, buddy. You might not want to jump in yet. But anyways, yes, when you need that help, again, there's no shame in saying that. Hey, I got limitations here. If I keep going this way, I'm gonna keep going like this. Even though my phone's ringing, I'm calling. That kind of looks like a customer number. But anyways, I can call them back later. So you keep going the route you're going. Eventually, it's going to blow apart to a point where it feeds back into what you started with, and it's going to blow that up too, and then you're done. So sometimes admitting that you need help is more productive than trying to do it yourself, if that makes any sense. And that's what I mean about the weird obscure. So it's a long friggin' way off from a tragedy of just doing a muffler. But you can kind of see the connection there. If I keep going and trying to do it myself, I'm going to blow up the sock. Right? But if I get my friends' help and have it done properly, then we might build a monster of a pioneer that'll just blow everybody's mind. We might. But if I do it myself, it's not going to happen. So you accept your limitations, you realize the help that you need, and then you seek it out. I'm not a therapist, man. I'm a redneck. Geez, have you seen where I'm standing like a saw bar covers on the wall or friggin' tarp on the roof? Probably shouldn't listen to me. I probably shouldn't be saying any of this stuff. But like I say, we get on these lives, I start to ramble and I can't help it. What's that? No going back. Yeah, absolutely, dude. You ain't getting rid of me now. Harry, Dr. Yeah, Harry and more two-strokey smelly Dr. Phil. I doubt as if Dr. Phil smells too much like, you know, pine chips and two-stroke. But, yeah, that's one of those things. I got to launch myself, too, because I'm not a psychologist. I'm not an expert on any of that. And that's why I try and tell people that, like, when you're helping people out, just tell them your experiences and what worked for you. And just have a little bit of understanding that they might not work that way, and then a different path might be the way for them. Because though an experience could be similar, like I say, with a house burning down or something like that, maybe these people got a safety net. Maybe they got a family to go to, or a cottage they can move into in the meantime, or maybe they've got some money saved away, tucked away, so they can go rent. Whereas these people might not, you know. There's so many different aspects to just about every friggin' thing. Nothing ever seems to be cookie cutter the stamp the same. It never is. It never is. But sometimes that when you explain like what worked for you over here, sometimes that might work for this person. Like they might be down in the dumps and like, well, we just went and stayed with our family, and then we sold the property and bought somewhere, blah blah blah, whatever the case may work for them. So they might consider, oh, okay, well, hang on a second. I got a friend who lives here with a, you know, maybe I can put a trailer there or something like that, or actually I got an uncle in the next town over. Like sometimes just doing that makes people think outside of what the box they were thinking of, but just understand that might not be the route. What's up, Mataz? I just see popped in. Oh, Mataz, good to see you. Anyways, yeah, we're talking about some really in-depth stuff here, and I've been rambling on for quite a while. I don't even know what time it is. Geez, we might run right into the Indigo Saw Draw here. Oh, yeah. So it's 11:07. And I'm going to stop for lunch, and then we'll do the Indigo Saw Draw. But we can come back on earlier. But I'm going to leave that up to Oz. Whatever you want us to do, buddy, we're here for you. We can stay on longer now, or we can come on earlier or later. Or, I mean, if you want to get some sleep, because it's probably like 1 o'clock here, you can go get some sleep. But I just want you to know that we're here for you legitimately. Like, if you want, I legit will stay on the friggin' live feed. Or if you want my phone number, you want to chat, I'll give you my phone number, we can chat. And I'm pretty sure that's true of anybody here. Like, I know that, like, for a fact, Jay, he will sit there and he will help you out. Like, he will talk with you when you're going through a hard time. Like, that's the man that was there for me the night Indigo died. And he sat there and talked with me. Great fella. Mama Taz, another sweetheart that would probably help you out. Mama Bushman, she'll help you out. Kim Wills, everybody here. Casterman, everybody here will help you out if you ever need it. You don't have to go through anything in life alone, ever. You got us, okay? We're here. We ain't going nowheres neither. We'll always be here. Absolutely, Oz. And you know what? And shit, if you just want to joke, that's fine too. And if you want to talk about something totally off topic, that's totally fine too. I mean, I can talk. We could talk about sharpening fishing hooks and how you sharpen a treble hook and this that. Like, we could talk about whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Sometimes it's just good to have people. You know? Being alone can be great, but it can also be detrimental too. Muffler, good to see you back. Well, we got into some deep conversation, buddy. Oh boy. Well, I started talking about all the meaning of life, you know, and how the universe connects to rainbows and black holes, and oh yeah, we got all into that. Jeez Louise. Oh boy. But no, seriously, as any of us here, I mean, Muffler's another good guy, you know. Like, just reach out. We're here for you. Absolutely. Any day of the week. Any time of the day. Yeah, oh, no problem. Jeez Louise, we got saws. We can talk saws. This is another one. I gotta rebuild the carburetor in it. This is one I got going, but I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this one yet. Not sure what I'm gonna do with it. It's stock. I might just super sport it. Maybe we'll do something funky with it. But anyways, this is the one that I realized that these 810 chains aren't all that great. Because, I mean, the saw started performing a little silly towards the end of it too, and I think it was just the carburetor got a little gunged up. But that chain freaking dulled out really bad, and I was ripping with it. And I wasn't impressed with that. So as soon as you get into wood bigger than friggin' 20 inches with an 810 chain, forget it. Forget it. It's not going to hold an edge. And I thought those things were great because the bar feels nice and light. I mean, the bar's not bad, I guess. But then again, there's a brand new bar. And it's only been on this side on the XL76. And after I did some ripping with this thing, I mean, I guess it's all right on an XL76, but as soon as you put it on a real saw, you're going to kill that friggin' thing. So, but anyways, 810. I mean, the price point's good. What was it, like $80? You get a bar and 2 chains. Whoa! So I guess I can pull the dull chain off and throw one of the other ones on. But if it's only good for one cut, like, I mean, you just stand there and block, 16-inch blocks all day long. But as soon as you get into like 20 inches or bigger, I don't think that thing can take it. It's just that the heat melts the freaking teeth. It's just dull as a popcorn fart. So I'm not impressed with the chain on an 810 bar. I'm not super impressed with the bar itself. That is a work, okay, sure, for $80, yeah, it gets you going with a 24-inch bar. And away you go. It's nice and light. And I mean, even though it's wearing and it doesn't look the greatest, it still runs. So is it okay? I guess for the price, but don't realize the price that you're paying, and that price point is what you're getting. 810. So I got the bar upside down. I did have it on the XL. Here, I'll flip this upside down. You can see 810. And you can see it was on the XL76. Because when it was flipped over the other way and I was using it for the XL76, I was just using it for blocking. So that's when I'm just using the tip of the bar. Sometimes coming up, sometimes coming down, depending on the weight. What do they call that? The fulcrum or whatever. The falcon. No, the fulcrum point of all that. Right. So, but generally put it in the bottom, so that's why that's all worn out there. And I was just like 1 or 2 trees, maybe 3 trees, and no bigger than like 10-inch trees, right? So, and then I really put it to the test on that thing. And we did some ripping with it. That thing dulled out in one cut, and it was not, like, it didn't even make the whole cut. I had to take that out and finish it off with another saw with an organ bar. And yeah, it's just too soft to metal. It just got hot and it dulled out. The soft metal is easy to sharpen, but if you got to sharpen it every cut, screw that. You know, that's not much better than going at it with a butter knife. Like, yeah, screw that. No, I'm not into it. So I'm back on to Oregon only. I mean, steel makes a good chain. I've never had a problem with steel chain. I got a couple around here with steel chains on them. And then Jay just sent me a steel chain. But move closer to you. Well, that means I gotta like sit down or something, because otherwise you're gonna be looking at the beard all the time here. So. Oh yeah, we might have found some dandies, Mom and Dad. We're going to look at one today and one tomorrow, and these are the two. I think out of the two, it's gonna be one of these. Move closer to you. I don't know how that would work. That's a freaking long move, other side of the freaking continent, and I would miss my hardwood too much. So I don't think I could do out west. But nice big trees you guys got there. That's nice and all, but I don't know if I could leave my hardwood. I like my maple syrup too much, and I like my nice clean burning ash. But anyways, I forgot what I was on about now. Got all of them distracted. Oh yeah, bars. Yeah, there's 8 bars. That was a disappointment. I was excited about that. Seeing it was like $80. You get 2 chains, a 24-inch bar, and a 24-inch organ bar is like $100 all day long. No chain, and I mean you get an organ chain, 24-inch. You're talking like 30, $40. So that's I thought it was, oh man, if this is going to be good, that's a game changer. Now you're getting what you pay for, unfortunately. I should have known better, but you don't know until you try. So, gotta try. And when it comes to saws and chains and stuff, I'll give everything a go until I know. I mean, and that's why I settle on what I settle. Is organ chain and bars, they won't let me down. And I go with the heavier ones because I do some stuff that generally gets the thing pretty hot sometimes. Ice cream burning ash? Oh. Ah, geez, Peppy. The play on words, buddy. It's you hear that? I love that sound. The sound of a storm. No, yeah. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Actually, I think Karina just bought a tub of some nice Kawartha ice cream here the other day. But I wouldn't burn it out. Oh, well, we're losing sound again? Probably we should probably. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know you guys are further north in Washington there, but I like this area. Like I like the lakes, and I like the hardwoods, and oh, I love the fishing. And I don't know that I personally ever really like. There's a little small part of me that wouldn't mind being out in like Saskatchewan or Alberta, just because the communities out there are a little more like-minded. But um, I don't know that I'll ever leave Ontario. I really like Ontario. It's a nice province, beautiful, beautiful lake country. I mean, we've got mountains, we've got prairie. Well, like we got fields, not so much prairies, but we got flatlands. We got all kinds of stuff here in Ontario. Ocean. Go far enough north there to Hudson Bay. Oh, Chisel Holtz chain. Oh boy. Well, I see. I don't mind. Like I don't mind the German chain there. The still was it the oil-o-matic chain? That's a pretty clever idea. Putting the little checkers on the drivers to help pick up the oil and bring that along. I like that design. It's a good design, and the chain holds a good edge. So, like I said, I have no problem with any good high quality chain. I mean, good high quality chain is a good high quality chain. I just settled on Oregon. That's what I like, and that's what the dealerships around here. I mean, it's just easy peasy for me. But I mean, we go in the bush. I might just buy a chain brake and big roll of it, and start making my own loops because it'll be easier than going to the dealership and yeah, I need a chain, 84 drivers. Away we go. But yeah, so that's it's one of those things. I've settled on Oregon because it's a good product, good price, and it's nice and easy accessible for me. But yeah, still chains, they're nice. Like they're all great. A good high quality chain is a good high quality chain, and that's what you really need. The 810 chain is not a high quality chain. It's just soft steel. It's what it is. Like when you get into an Oregon chain or a steel chain, that's actually tool steel. It's a hard steel. Like it's not going to dull as fast as just a regular soft metal. So, and you can tell when something's soft metal, right? It just doesn't perform the same. Just doesn't. I mean, you could run that sucker in some wood without an oiler and get her super hot, and then you might be able to heat temper it, and that'll be hard, but you're doing all kinds of bad stuff to other things too, your bar and clutch, right? Getting that so dang hot. Because, I mean, you think about how hot those chains get when they are running oil. Imagine running them without oil. And it's funny, I've gotten a lot of saws and stuff, and they come with bars and chains on them and stuff, and sometimes you see the ones that have been run without oil. And yeah, oh boy, that does a lot of hurt to a bar and clutch. Jeez Louise, it's a lot of heat, right? And it doesn't really have anywhere to go when it's in the wood. So it's just constantly insulated, and you're burning that bar to death. So, yeah. Yeah, as long as it holds an edge. The thing is, though, as I was saying, I'm not criticizing any good quality chain. But the 810 chain and the 810 bar, I'm a little less than thrilled on. It was $80 for bar and two chains, so the price was amazing. But you got an $80 bar and two chains. That's all you got. Because the bar is wearing pretty bad already. I did one rip cut with the dang thing, and it dulled the chain out like instantly. And I wasn't impressed with that. I wasn't impressed with it. I wouldn't even finish the rip. I had to switch it out for an organ. So I just that's my product review on 810. I'm not saying that there isn't a good cheap chain out there. Maybe there is. I just haven't come across it yet. And but to be honest with you, I think the only cheap chains I've tried are Husqvarna and 810. I recommend 810, and I cannot recommend Husqvarna chain. They don't hold an edge. They're just cheap junk. And there's a reason why things are cheap sometimes, It's the reason why Husqvarna is the cheapest saw on the market right now. Well, just saying. Anyways, but yeah, before I get myself in trouble and talking too much about preference on things and my little review on the 810 chain, and I get into something more popular, but oh yeah, I guess you guys had the hopper stock. I would have watched more this weekend, but we were out in Perry Sound there on Saturday, so I was too busy driving. But I did pop in the morning there, and I got to see a little bit of you. I didn't get to see you run. No, Jesus, I'm gonna have to go back. I think I seen what I seen. I seen Hopper running something. I seen Johnny Arnott show up, and then I seen Smitty show up. But I don't know. I got to see when you showed up there, your muffler, so I'll have to go back and check that out. Oh, I seen Dougie there. So, but I just popped on Bellhoppers Live the morning of before we headed out that day. So I'll have to go back and try, and when I get some freaking time, we'll watch that and see what you brought to play, because I know you would have brought some dandies. And I got to see how the home light race went. How'd that go? Did you and Smitty race your Elky home lights? Oh, really? That's a good Pioneer to start on. He mentioned that he started on his first, or he got to run his first Pioneer while he was there. C2 is a nice one to start on for sure. Oh, by golly. But yeah, did you guys do the Elky home light race? Did you? Who come out on top? I gotta know. The old 1200 built Taz, they really liked it. Oh, that's good. Slingshot was a hit. Yeah, we got, I was saying earlier, I don't know if you were on for that. I got that other one we were talking about, the P40 with the tuned banana pipe for 60cc two-stroke on the way down to you too. So that'll be a neat one. If you guys haven't checked out Muffler, go check out his channel. They're wild, so I won't give it. Anyways. Oh no! Shoot. Wow. That's what I worry about Dirtbag Mark III, because I'm running on spicy ass gas, and I'm gonna get that when you squeeze that kind of crap out of the little motor, you're gonna blow them up. So I won't be like I blew up when I did my stupid muffler mod just to do it, and this thing blew apart right at the weld when I put the freaking spicy gas in it. So yeah, you got an uphill battle there running them on alcohol. I can only imagine. That's a trick. Holy smokes! I'm surprised you even got as many cuts as you did out of it. Okay, well, that's but that's half the battle. I mean, when you're pushing them that far and run them on alcohol, you're gonna have to have a little bit of wood of a hiccup, Oh yeah, we're gonna get her done there, buddy. But I don't know if we need to run that one on alcohol, but if you want to, if you're confident with it. But that's a tricky business that you guys are playing with there, and I have a big tip of the hat and have admiration for even giving her a go. Is I don't know. I don't know much about alcohol or methanol, but I do know that like ethanol and stuff like that, it's really hard on seals and stuff, right? It really dries shit out. So it's spicy and it spanks, But so I mean, I wouldn't have enough understanding on how to build a saw to run that stuff. You guys are wild. Alky saws for life. Yeah, you guys are nuts. I wouldn't know how to tune a saw for alcohol. That's beyond me. Way beyond me. Avgas, okay. I'm experimenting with that. And I've souped it up to like 138 octane. But what's alcohol at? Like, that's like infinite octane. It's just like go. Like, I don't know what the heck you would even rate that at. Does it have a rating, an octane rating, or is it even octane? Like, how does alcohol work? It's just, no. That's totally uncharted waters for me. Well, the way you guys are riding them, they sound like dirt bikes. Like, you're touching it, it was just that same wing that you get when you wing a freaking dirt bike throttle, the little wrist twist. But I will say, I was watching that blue Alky-Saw old Bellhoppers cut that softwood round about yay big, and he was about 2 to 3 seconds in it, and I got a 66cc Pioneer, and I was doing it in the same wood at 2 seconds. Just saying! Oh, and that blows my mind. That's what I love about the Pioneers is you can take the smaller CC ones and you can build them up to compete with high, giant, big bore saws, and they will. They'll keep up with big bore saws. Methanol. Yeah, I don't understand like how you would even you got to change the seals for that and all that, because I know that alcohol is hard on rubber, right? Yeah, hard on, so you gotta rinse. Oh, really? Okay. That's interesting. So what do? You just put a tank of gas through them and just let them idle for a while, or? So that's what I was figuring. Is like, how you guys running these things and it's not just blowing crank seals out the freaking nines. Echo builds a neat saw. Yeah, I've seen a few pretty freaking high performance tuned Echoes and stuff. And then they're the only, as far as I know, saw company nowadays that's building a full size saw with the manual oil override, which all the other companies have done away with that to save money, and Echo is still doing it on at least one model. And I definitely huge tip of the hat to that. I don't understand that my biggest pet peeve with Husqvarna or Still or any like Dolmar or any of that stuff is you're still paying a premium price, but they're using Chinese parts like Zama carbs and stuff like that. They're made in China, which I'm not saying there's nothing. I'll use a Chinese carburetor. I'll buy it, but I'll buy it for $10. I don't want to spend top dollar if I'm getting Chinese parts, which is what I like about Echo. When you're buying an Echo, sure, you're paying a price, but it's all Japanese, which those of you who know, Japanese steel, Chinese steel, katana versus butter knife. It's Robert. Good to see you. It's a night and day difference. So when you're buying an ACO, you're paying top dollar for top quality parts. When you're buying an Husqvarna, you get a lot of Chinese stuff, and you're paying top dollar for it. And so I have no problem with Chinese parts and stuff, but pass me on the savings, okay? Then I'll have more interest in you. Yeah, ACO's like the only one, and it's because the Japanese and the Chinese don't get along. Which that's a whole other thing. Find another channel to talk about that. But when you buy an Echo product, you can rest assured because of that you're not getting anything Chinese on it. So, who have a YouTube channel? Grant. Oh, I don't know who Grant is. Yeah, that's the thing. I have no problem with Chinese parts if they work. Just don't charge me top dollar for them. That's not fair. Yeah, I have one modern. Hey, Smitty, good to see you. Okay, you take care, Jay. You be safe, buddy. We'll see. Yeah, I gotta get going here, so I got some lunch and get something to eat before to the afternoon live for the saw draw. And that's it. If you guys want to get on the saw draw, hop on the website. Time's ticking. We're almost getting to the end, and I think we're up to $240 going to the David Busby Street Center. So that's awesome. I mean, $240 for a P26. I think they were only sold for 100 brand new, so that's pretty cool. We'll get that down to the David Busby Street Center, and we'll get some blankets or some beds put up for some people who need it. Anyways, oh geez, what was I on about? Oh, Echo. So I got the one brand new Echo. I have some older Echo. Like I've got I've had the one I gave Aaron there. What was that? That was a 402 or 430 or whatever, 440 Echo. And I've got the 302 that my dad uses is at his place. And I've got a 330 VL. And I love the VL series of Echoes, but I got the one brand new one, and everybody knows, I've said it a few times, I'll say it again, why I got it. Because the main thing that a modern saw has on an older saw is lightweight. And that particular job was just school alarm freaking willows all over the place, on a fence line, by a pool, by a shed, along a neighbor's driveway, at a road. So I bought that Echo. Hey, how's it going, Tasman? I bought that Echo because it was light. I could use it with one hand. It had dual felling sights on either side of it. So I could see my sight from underneath, or I could see my sight from above. And I wouldn't be straining, and I could focus on putting the trees down exactly, because if I screwed up, I was going to hit an above ground pool and have water everywhere, and I was going to lose everything on the job and being dead. I hit a fence, I'm going to be replacing a fence, and I'm basically losing everything on the job, and it'll probably have to cost me money too, right? I hit a shed, again, here replacing a shed roof, and you're backpedaling again. You're not making money on the job. So I bought that Echo just because it was a stressful situation. And willow is a step above poplar. It's a brittle, soft, dumb wood. Pain in the butt. Very dangerous to fall. And that's why you guys didn't get a video, because I just more focused on falling that. So with the Echo, I could do it with one hand. I could get into the school irons and kind of reach and do it and get each piece to go where it needed to. Because there were certain ones I had to get out of the way first so I could get the piece over top to where it needed to go. It was a very stressful, yucky situation. And that's why I got the Echo. Because could I have done it with one of my old birds? Could I have done it with a Mastercraft? Certainly. But with a more up-to-date, more, what do you want to call that? It just had all the features. It was light, had the dual filling sights, it was more compact, had a little chain brake and stuff. And not that the chain brake really came in handy, but and it actually has little metal dogs on it, so you can dog it and hold it there. It's a good saw for that job. And the saw was priced for half of what the job was, so it's yeah, it makes sense to have it. Oh, sorry, we're buffering. So that's why I got that. And it sits, and it won't be used for anything but customer work, because it's not a cheap saw, and it's good for that. I want to keep it good for that. And I mean, so it's funny. I hate 50 to 1. Yeah, I just don't feel like that's in the customer's best interest. But I was running 40 to 1 in that EchoSaw because I know they won't run on garlic gas. And I was buying it in the can, fancy, because it's the fancy saw. We went fancy for that one. And you're still getting oil on the plastic. So I might actually go 50 to 1 in that Echo because that's what it's recommended. And I always go back to the modern car versus the old truck. The old truck was meant to run on SAE 30. Bigger bearings, heavier oil. Modern vehicles, you put that in there, you're going to blow them up because they're meant to run on just SAE 5 weight. 0W5 weight, like super thin. And that's because the way the bearings are, the ports to getting into the bearings are thinner, so you need a thinner oil to get in there and lubricate things. So it's a matter of design and engineering. So when it comes to that, the same principle comes over into the two-stroke world. I'm noticing with the modern saws, they really won't go for my garlic gas because it's just not designed to run on it. And the same goes for the older saws. They're not meant to run on the thinner stuff because they're not designed not to have that extra thick lubrication on their needle bearings and stuff. It's a design difference. And that's why I try and tell people, and from a perspective of somebody who runs vintage saws, make sure you're running them rich. But now that, you run the modern saws, and I'm seeing with the modern saws, it's the same thing as that new car versus the old car. 10W30 versus 0W5. They're designed to run on that thinner mixture. And they won't run without it. Whether that, I can still argue that maybe isn't great for longevity. Like the older design obviously lasts for eons and eons and eons. May not be great for the environment, but the longevity of it is great. The newer designs, this might be why they blow up, but there's nothing you can do about it because they're designed to run that way. So you have to run them that way. Tire tolerance and new saws. Ain't got the high tolerance it takes for a roll. Huh. Yeah, it's just, I don't know what it is. Maybe they're a little higher compression now or something. I don't know. But either way, the modern saws, it's just night and day. You can't do the garlic gas in them. And I've always said that, an older saw, you want to run them richer. And I still stand true to that. Because all these saws have been around for eons. And I've run the snot out of a lot of them. And they're still here, and they still run strong. Every now and then you might have to rinse out the exhaust port and take a little bit of scaling out, and that's just a matter of 3 bolts. It's so simple and easy to do. But I'm finding with the modern saw, even at 40 to 1, that little Echo was getting oil all over the plastic. Like I can go grab it and I can show you. It's raining out. I won't. But you'll see it's got oil on the plastic already, and just from one tree job. So it's like, yeah, okay, maybe that does need 50 to 1. Maybe that's just, there's no way around it. You have to run them that lean. And I'm learning that now. Because forever I've always been a vintage guy. And when I did run modern, I ran 40 to 1, and I didn't have a problem with that. Because, I was always running company saws, or I'd be running my own saws, and they were all like, okay, this is like early 2000-ish, and they'd be all still in the Husqvarnas. And they didn't have a problem with that. But we're talking full-size saws, not the little tiny Echo. So maybe that's another thing too. Maybe the more compact Echo is part of the problem. But so back in the day when I ran company saws, it was all 40 to 1. It was all still in Husqvarna, and we didn't have a problem with that. Like never. I mean, you get a new guy on the job, and then they start running some of the equipment with straight gas, and all of a sudden a backpack blower blows up, and you open up the gas cap, and well, shit. But all the same. You do that with the saws that I'm finding now, like this new Echo, you get a lot of oil discharge out the muffler. So maybe that is just the nail in the coffin. Now you have to go 50 to 1 with the brand new saw because they just won't tolerate the extra lubrication. They just won't. Not saying they don't need it. Every saw needs lubrication. But when an engineer sets something that friggin' strict, you can't deviate. It's just gonna, shoot yourself in the foot in the long run. So Sometimes you can deviate, and sometimes the redneck does know more than the engineer, but that's not always the case. It's just like sometimes a redneck might know a bit more than Dr. Phil, but don't listen to the redneck all the time because he's just a redneck. Oh, maybe we'll go. I'll show you the oil discharge on this silly saw here, and then we'll cut her. Just so you know, I'm not fibbing. Diesel fuel. Oh boy. Dyed diesel. They're on good on dyed diesel. By golly. Good old fireman's axe. Brother. Oh, that'd be cool. The old fireman axes with the pick on the back, they're real neat. Really neat. Okay. Oh, hi, Karina. I'm just going to sit you here for a second. Let me grab that echo. There. So that was running on 40 to 1. You can see all the black on the plastic here. Already a bunch of oil discharge. I'm gonna get to see it. Tons of it. So and that was at 40 to 1. And so the next time she runs, she's gonna get some of this stuff. I'm gonna go for the 50 to 1 because that's what Rebecca ran into before. So just that one. Just that one because she's a brand new one. Hey, Raven. Well, Raven. Wow, Raven ain't got no pants on, so let me try and angle this properly for you. You want to say hi, everybody, Raven? We can say goodbye to everybody together. We'll do it in front of the fish tank. There she is. Vinegar. Have a magic Monday, Mama. Yeah, you take care, Mama Taz. But anyways, we're going to sign out and say take care to you all. And we'll catch you this afternoon. We're going to do the Spider-Man song, which I guess I could have showed you that while I was in there, but you'll see it soon enough. And we did a morning breakfast with her too, so she's running good. She starts good. And I guess Phoenix wants to say goodbye too. So, till next time, you guys all take her easy. Cast some kindness today if you can. You know, just smile at a stranger, hold the door, or give some kind words. Do what you can to do a random act or just show some light. Till next time, you all take her easy. Or Maven and I, take care. Say bye. Take her easy. And be safe. Oh, come on, you.